Oh, hang on. Hang on 1 sec. Okay.
We're working through it, folks.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm spinning you around. Hold on. Where is there we go. I think
Hi.
you can see everyone.
Oh, there's a few people there.
Say hi to Barbara, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
Yay.
How are you?
All right. We appreciate you staying awake for us. I know it's the East Coast over there.
I'm laying down in my bed in my little cottage here in Vermont on vacation.
How nice. I bet it's not 116 degrees in Vermont today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that what it is where you guys are in Arizona?
Yeah.
I think we were envying the weather in the movie.
Yeah. Please. Yeah, it was cold there. Yeah, I don't know. It's a global warming thing. Sorry about that. But glad here.
Yay. All right. So we don't want to take up too much of your time. We do appreciate you doing this. We actually screened Re-Animator last year as one of our October series last year. We screened the new restoration of Re-Animator. So
Thanks.
So should we just get started?
Yeah, let's do a few questions.
All right. I'll pass the mic around. You can hear with the mic, right?
I hope so.
Okay. Here. All right. There we go.
All right, we'll ask you a couple questions about the movie since that might be fresh in your mind. Is that all right?
Sure.
All right. So you've kind of gotten the awesome privilege of being an icon in 2 different decades, sort of the 80s with like From Beyond and Re-Animator, and like lately, you've become sort of had this career resurgence from, You're Next and We Are Still Here and Beyond the Gate. So how does that feel to sort of just have this new birth of a career in the horror genre?
Kind of shocking and kind of groovy at the same time. I never expected that I was going to work again, really. In my late 30s, I started just not getting very many offers, and I thought my career was kind of over. Not that I cared that much at the time. I thought, well, I have a few good movies under my belt, and I also had a soap opera career, and I thought, well, I just got married, and I had some young children, and I was just concentrating on them, and I was like, I had a good run, so maybe that's it. And it was very surprising to me to get the call to do Your Next and have it do so well that people just started calling me again, and really for a lot better roles than I had. And even after Re-Animator and From Beyond, I had Castle Free, but I had a few good roles, but I didn't have a lot. I feel like I'm working more now than it was, long ago. So I think it's pretty nice for me. I'm really enjoying it, and I think it is all due to the success of Re-Animator and From Beyond, and that over time those movies have both become cult classics, and I don't know if they were appreciated as much when I did them as they are now. So, you guys are the smartest people around.
Give yourselves a hand, you guys. I think one of the things about movies like Re-Animator and From Beyond is sort of they were like hard to market in the 80s. And a lot of the movies you're doing now are sort of like genre hybrids. Like this movie could be a science fiction movie or a horror movie, and you're playing this kind of like over-the-top villain. Was it a lot of fun? What drew you to this role?
It was a different kind of role for me. I mean, I have been cast lately as sort of an evil matron. I guess I kind of was in Beyond the Gates as well, and also in this movie. And it just seems like I'm getting some really interesting parts. And I thought the way that this movie told the story with the double narrative was kind of unique and interesting. And doing the true crime reality TV show, I thought, well, that's that's pretty fascinating. So I read the script and I thought, I'd really love to do this role. I knew AJ was involved, and I knew Bria Grant was involved already, and of course, Coscarelli was one of the producers, and I thought, well, geez, with those people, and the script is being as cool and different as it is, and the role being so great, I should try to do this part. And yeah, I mean, the whole package just drew me to the project, really. I thought it was just remarkable and different and kind of fresh.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it. It is a really cool, unique movie. And you mentioned AJ Bowen. You were and you're next with him, and you were with Brea Grant in Beyond the Gates. How's it like working with this like new generation of indie horror actors? I think they call it like mumblegore or whatnot, like this whole new movement.
Yeah, I've heard that term before. You know, I think acting and styles, especially in horror movies, have evolved over the past 30 or 35 years that I started out. And I really see AJ Bowen and also Brea Grant, but, you know, mostly AJ, because he's been in a lot of other horror movies, as being, you know, one of these people with this mumblegore movement that they're very natural. It's very, you know, just like watching somebody just be and they have a sense of believability in their delivery, and it's much different than when I was working with Stuart Gordon. You know, it's kind of really over the top. Of course, my character in this movie is very over the top, but there is definitely, I have sensed over the past number of years that I've been working that, you know, I've had to tone down my own sensibilities about how I approach a role, because it's much more nuanced and relaxed and natural. Yeah, so I mean, working with AJ, you just don't really know, you know, is he acting or is he just saying words from real life? I don't know, you know, he's so real. So I think he's fantastic, and Bria just has so much spunk and spark and good energy and life to her that, you know, we've become very good friends, and I just really enjoyed working with them. Yeah, but it's a different crop of people, definitely, than the people I was working with. You know, I'm the old gal now, so there you go.
Awesome. Do you mind taking a couple of questions from our crowd here? This is me talking, by the way. I didn't realize you couldn't see me before.
I saw the side of you, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a hat guy. All right, do you guys have any questions for Barbara? All right here, Lynn.
Hello.
Hi.
So I think you are pretty much considered one of the first ladies of horror nowadays. You've had a lengthy career, and you're very well respected in the genre, which is a genre that doesn't usually show a whole lot of respect to women. How does that feel to you to be such a powerful character actor in this genre?
Well, it feels good. I think I only have that now because I've been in the business for so long. It's just, you know, longevity. I've finally broken through, and here I am. But as far as, yeah, the stories that were written for a lot of women back when I was working, you know, didn't always favor the respectability of women. But I think I have a sense that that's changing now, and stories are being told more from a woman's point of view, or more interesting. You know, we're not just the scream queens running for our lives, you know, and in fear. And I sense that there's a lot of crossover with genres now. And I think women are given better roles now than they were as a whole. You know, I can't say that that's everything, and, you know, that's too specific to pinpoint it like that and pigeonhole it. But I think generally I sense and I feel like the movies I see and I watch and I like are just more interesting for women. So I think that's a good sign. you know, I mean, movies follow what's going on in society, and things are getting better for us all. So hopefully that's going to be reflected and continue to be reflected in the movies we see on screen.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do we have time? Anybody else have a question? You have time for one more? All right.
You can just ask it. I just want to know what project she's currently working on. What's the next?
So Barbara, we have a question from our audience asking, what are you working on right now, if you're working on anything?
Yeah, thank you for that. I did a movie over the Christmas holiday called Reborn, and I worked with Michael Pareg, and I worked with him on the Puppet Master movie that's coming out next month. And
Is that The Last Reich?
Yeah, the Puppet Master of the Last Reich. So that's coming out next month. And so, you know, that's kind of an over-the-top reinvention of the Puppet Master universe. So there's that, and then there's this other movie I did, Reborn, with Michael, and then Ray Don Chong is in it, and also Chaz Bono, and a really young, great new actress named Kaylee Gilbert. She's fantastic, and it's sort of a reimagined kind of Carrie-esque type movie, and I had a really nice part in that, and very different from this. I'm so super nice in that movie, like super nice. I cry. I'm very feeling. I'm very so, you know, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. And then another project that I'm going to be working on soon that I'm really excited about is the reboot of Castle Freak. I don't know if you guys have heard about that.
Oh wow, we hadn't heard about that.
You did?
Oh, we said we hadn't heard about that. That sounds really cool.
Oh. Yeah, so the guys that did the new Puppet Master movie, Brawl in Cell Block 99 and Bone Tomahawk, that's Cinestate. Dallas Sonye is the producer of those movies, and he also is the one that bought Fangoria and is relaunching Fangoria in October. And Puppet Master was, I guess, his first movie under the Fangoria label, and Castle Freak is going to be another one under that label, and it's being rewritten completely. I don't really like things that are done exactly the same way, you know, with the same script and the same words, same dialogue. This is a really big reimagining, and it's also going to expand the Lovecraft universe, which will be really interesting, I think, with what the writer has planned and what we've all been talking about. And it's not going to be the same setup. It's not going to be the family. You know, there was parents, and then a boy died, and, you know, the lead character, Rebecca, got her eyes. She was blinded. That's going to be somewhat similar, but the whole setup and her grouping of the people around her is going to be completely different and so super cool and interesting, and a really good take on stuff. And of course, Tate Isaac, who was the special effects guy on the Puppet Master movie, is directing this, and so there'll be a lot of great, you know, special effects and gore and all that crazy stuff. So I'm working on that as a producer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I think we want to thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this Q&A with us. Let me see. And we really enjoyed the movie, and we are
Did you?
yeah, and we're very excited to see these upcoming movies as well. So thank you so much for your time. We'll let Lauren take over right here.
Hi, Victor is our resident horror and sci-fi guru. He hosts some series for us every month. I do the programming for both locations and saw this at Fantastic Fest. So I couldn't wait to book it.
You.
So thank you so much, and I'll thank Wyatt as well.
Guys, thanks for being one of the first audiences to see the movie. And if you like it, talk about it and let people know. And word of mouth is awesome for us. So.
we're showing it the rest of this weekend too, as well.
Oh, great.
So there'll be a few opportunities for people to see it.
Cool.
So yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.